Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. So today I'm coming on to give a daily dose of hope. Today is Daily Dose of Hope, day 27. So hello everyone. Nice to meet you and nice to see you again. Um, so day 27 of Daily Dose of Hope. The Daily Dose of Hope. What is the Daily Dose of Hope? It is a daily dose of hope because the energies on this planet are starting to pick up and things are starting to get more and more wacky. And my guides guided me, if I wanted to come on and give a daily dose of hope. So that's what I'm doing. So today's day 27. So what I'm going to do today is just share a little bit about an idea called from the Course of Miracles that thoughts do not leave their source. So this is an idea that I've been doing the Course in Miracles for 6 years, and I didn't really understand this idea. Thoughts don't leave their source. I kind of understand it, but I didn't quite understand it. So my what I want to talk about is, what does that mean? What is the meaning of that? Um, and so here we go. So today in my meditation, I was meditating on lesson 45, which is God is the mind with which I think. And so it explains it that thoughts do not leave their source. So basically, we are in the mind of God and we are joining with God. And so in my meditation, I could feel that feeling of just this feeling of wonderful peace, just oneness. I'm just connected. There's nothing to worry about because we're in. Oh, hey, Kathy. uh, so that we're just connected with source, and it's just a wonderful feeling. And I think it's the feeling that we're all searching for. Everyone's searching for that feeling. Everyone wants through money, through fame, um through drugs, through alcohol, through all those things. Everyone's searching for that peace. But that peace, it's there, it's very close to you, it's within you, because it's your mind. And when you connect your mind with God's, you just feel it. It's just peace. And so, but for me too, when in my meditation, I feel it. But once I get out of the meditation, I feel the lingering effects of it, but it's not like a continued feeling of peace. Um, but I think that's what we're all searching for. And so, but it just got me on this thing like, okay, so thoughts don't leave their source. Okay, so everything that we see is just a projection, right? So we've heard that before, a projection. We're projecting everything. But then I thought maybe for me, it makes more sense if I call it a reflection. It's just a reflection of actually what's going on in here. All that we see is just this kind of illusory world that looks very real, but it's just a reflection. Um, and so the other idea is things but represent the thoughts that make them, right? So yeah, it's just a representation. It's just a symbol of what is inside of us. And then it just okay, so it went on to lesson 187, which is one of my favorite ones. And it says, so here, this explains it really well. 187 says, I bless the world because I bless myself. It says, no one can give unless he has. In fact, giving is proof of having. We've made this point before. What seems to make it hard to credit is not this. No one can doubt that you must first possess what you would give. It is the second phase on which the world and true perception differ. Having had and given, then the world asserts that you have lost what you possessed. The truth maintains that giving will increase what you possess. How is this possible? For it is sure that if you give a finite thing away, your body's eyes will not perceive it yours. Yet we have learned that things but represent the thoughts that make them. And you do not lack for proof that when you give ideas away, you strengthen them in your mind. Perhaps the form in which the thought seems to appear is changed in giving, yet it must return to him who gives. Nor can the form it takes be less acceptable, it must be more. So that idea. So ideas must first belong to you before you give them. If you are to save the world, you first accept salvation for yourself. But you will not believe that this is done until you see the miracles it brings to everybody you look upon. Herein is the idea of giving clarified and given meaning. Now you can perceive that by your giving is your store increased. And then just this last one, it says, protect all things you value by the act of giving them away, and you are sure that you will never lose them. So, what an amazing idea. And it's the opposite of what the world teaches, right? If we give this away, we're going to lose. We're going to sacrifice something, but no, by giving away, you are strengthening the idea, because it's just an idea, and the idea has never left your mind. It never leaves, and all this is just a representation of the idea, and it just makes it bigger. So it's just an amazing idea. Yeah, it's an amazing idea. Um, and I'm finally just getting it. I guess I'm really thick. It takes me a while to get these ideas, but um, but I think that's the idea. And the way that I thought of it before was like teaching. So when you teach something, you learn so much more. Like I started teaching music composition a few years ago, 2018 or something, I think it was. So yeah, more than a few years ago. But I found that my composing abilities changed a bit because my students taught me. So by giving them these ideas, I strengthened them in my own mind. Um, and the more that I give, the more I receive back. So at one point, I thought like maybe I should be paying my students because I feel like I'm learning so much from them. So that idea. So this is, yeah, God is the mind with which I think, and thoughts do not leave their source. And so if we are a thought, if our mind is shared with God, we've never left source. We're always there. We're always home. We've never left home. We're always in this state of complete and utter peace. And we're just here, having having our mind being reflected to us so that we can purify ourselves, so we can understand where we stand. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share. Those two, that idea, and then just another idea that's really big for me from the Course in Miracles that always helps me out a lot is, um, "I am not a body. I am free, for I'm still as God created me." And that idea has helped me a lot, actually, through surprisingly, like psychic attacks as well, because even with a psychic attack, they're attacking basically your third dimensional self. They can't get your soul. They can't attack your soul, and that's who you really are. And so once you realize that, so when I'm in the middle sometimes of, well, not recently, but when I was like in the middle of an attack in the middle of the night, I would just say that to myself: I'm not a body. I'm free. For I'm still as God created me. You can't touch me. You're just touching this thing, this outside, but that's not me. You can't touch me. And I found that the beings would usually get frustrated and leave. It's always good to frustrate people that are attacking you, rather than, attack back. Just like, you know what, you can't do anything to me. Sorry. And then they're just, and they just go away. Yeah. Um, so yeah, those two ideas, and I think they're really good for everything, especially for everything that's happening on this planet. All of the stuff I was talking about, the matrix idea, even that, they can't touch your body. I mean, they can't touch your soul. And ching, there you go. All right, so that's my what I wanted to say for today. And so yeah, so I guess what I'll do is just hop into a channeling, and I guess today's a short one. I always say that, and they end up to be quite long. So here we go. I'm going to hop into a channeling, and I'm going to ask the guides to share with us what they would like us to know today. What is it that we all need to know? Here we go. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Mary Magdalene, and we are here, and we are here with you, and we are here around you, helping you, providing you with this energy, with this light that's available whenever you ask for it, whenever you want it. It is there surrounding you. This is one of the things that we are offering at this time for all of you, and well, we offer all of the time to all of you, but this is something that we would like to express, is something that we are offering, this love and this light. And this is the light that is coming onto your planet at this moment, the light that you're surrounded by. And this is what we would suggest for all of you, is to experience this light that's coming down on your planet, the lightness. Things are not just, the light is expressed in many different ways, and the light is not just the light, but it's also the lightness as well. It's all related. And so that you will start to find that your being, that your whole life will start to become lighter and lighter, in all of the ways and all of the meanings that that means. So not just brighter, but also lighter, in the sense that it won't become as heavy anymore. And that is what is happening on your planet, that things are starting to get lighter and lighter, and that the darker energies are finding it harder and harder to sustain. And that is part of this shifting, part of this transition, that energies that are of a heavier nature will not be, they will have to try very, very hard to sustain themselves, and in the end will not be able to sustain, in this new energy, in this new light. And this is what is happening on your planet. This light is coming to your planet. And what we would like to say to you, about to all of you, is that you are truly and utterly loved, and truly and utterly protected. As this being says, that wherever you go, that nothing can ever attack you. You are source energy. You are part, you are one with source energy. So this concept of attack does not exist. It is only, an illusory idea. It is a reflection of ideas that you're holding inside yourself, of ideas of separation that you wanted to play with here on this third dimension, that you wanted to understand what it means to be separated. But understand that you are never separated. This whole concept of separation is an illusion, because it is impossible for you to be separate. But it is possible for you to believe that you are separate. It's possible for you to believe that you are, disconnected. And in that belief, you will go through many, what you might call dark, nights of the soul, until you realize that, oh, you've never been disconnected, that you've always been connected. And that peace is always there. That peace is always there, just below the surface. Once you start to close your eyes, you start to feel and you start to see the true peace that underlies everything. With the body's eyes, when you open your eyes and you see the world, at times it can seem to be very, very, uh, distressing. Many things, that are happening on the world stage can seem to be very distressing. But when you close your eyes and you feel that peace inside, know that that is the truth. That is the real truth. And that is the truth that you are all approaching. So, as this being is saying that what is from the inside will be reflected on the outside. And once you go into this peace more and more and more, that peace will be reflected on the outside more and more and more. And this is the process that is going on this planet, as all of you are starting to become aware of all of the systems that up until this point have been, you might say, controlling you, and that you are starting to realize that there is not as much a necessity for them. At the time before, they felt like they were necessary, and now you start to realize, huh, this thing I don't need, this thing I don't need, this thing I don't need. And the more that you let go of all of these things, the more you realize that the only thing that you need is your connection. That wherever you go, whatever you do, you are always home and you've never left home. So no matter what you could get in this reflection, it will never equal what you have inside. And so once you start to realize that, you realize that there's nothing that you need or that you want from outside of you. And that is the process of understanding this third dimension. Once you start to understand that, with true knowledge, you see, you understand things with your brain, with your mind, and also with your heart. But and then there is the true knowledge that you get to once you come up against this, what we might say, barrier of the third dimension, of understanding what the third dimension is made of, understanding that it is just a reflection. And once you understand that, truly inside of you, then you can start to create truly with this world. And then you can use this place as what it was actually created for in the first place. You can use this place as a world to create your most beautiful. You can create heaven on earth by going into heaven inside of you, and then bringing those things out from you, connecting to source and bringing the source energy onto this planet. And this is what we might say to all of you, the end result of all of your lives, all of the lives that you have lived. This is the end result. You had been training to bring this energy to the earth, bring this energy, bring this source energy, bring heaven onto earth, bring peace and love and happiness to this planet. We are Mary Magdalene. Hmm. Oh, all right. Yes, the only thing I need is my connection. Yeah. Right? That's yeah. And when I do my meditations in the morning, I feel it. That's all I need. That's why I love this the Course in Miracles. I mean, if it weren't for that, I probably wouldn't have continued for 6 years. But after I think the first year, like in the middle of the first year, I started to feel that connection. I thought, "Oh my God, it feels really good. And like this feels better than anything I experience on this planet." Just this peace and just this feeling of like I don't need anything. I don't need to go outside of myself. I don't need a cup of coffee. I don't need that job. I don't need that. This is it. This is everything I was looking for. All that. Yeah. Okay. So that's one thing I wanted to share before I go is that so recently, I think I shared this before, but I tend to repeat myself. So bear with me. Um, so in my morning meditation, so up until a point I had been wishing for manifestation, things in my life. I wish I had this. I want to have this. I want to have this in my life. And I started to feel it didn't feel right. It didn't sit with me somehow. Like it didn't kind of hit your heart. It just felt like, why am I don't wishing for these things. They seem kind of small. And so what I started doing is just saying, okay, you know what? I just went to Source and I said, hey, Source, hey, God, uh, what I want to do is be able to express your energy onto this planet, your energy through me. So through my natural talents that are the gifts that I was given. And the ones that I know of at the moment are writing and music and things of this nature, and whatever else there is. I just say, okay, so let me be kind of a vessel. I'll just kind of let this amazing energy that I feel when I get into that meditation state. Let me be a channel of that energy through whatever means, through making music or through channeling or whatever it is, and that feels really good. And that really hits, like there's like a kind of a intuitive hit when I do that. It's like, this is it. And I just put my hands out, just let me be a channel. And I start to feel like the energy in my hands, like I can feel the frequency increase. And I just wanted to share that. Um, just kind of my ongoing understanding of the concept of manifestation. And so they even talk about it in the Course in Miracles that once you ask for this connection, that all of the other problems are solved along with it. So all of the problems that you would have asked about are already solved. It's one answer. The answer is love, and all of the answers, everything will be solved with that. So anyway, I thought that was beautiful stuff. So all right. So that's all I got. That's all I have for today. For Daily Dose of Hope, day 27. And hey, Kathy, thanks for joining in. And and yeah, thank you. And yeah, so again, when people join in, it increases the energy, increases the power. I find when I channel for myself, I get information and it's good. But when I channel for other people, I feel like it just feels so good. It feels wonderful. So I'm really happy to do that. So thank you. This is one thing that really makes me happy to do. So thank you. So yeah, but that's all I got. Oh, Maria, hey. Yeah, you managed to catch me live. All right. Yeah, today it's 7 o'clock, 7:30 in Japan time. So yeah, different time. Yeah, it's too bad you guys can't communicate. You can only communicate with the chat on this. Uh, well, anyway, thank you guys so much for joining in. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I love you guys as well. Thank you so much. And yeah, so I will see you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Ciao. Let's see.